Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is StraightUpT1. This is going to be a video from my perspective and kind of just what I went through, because there was a lot of stuff that happened over the past 4 months, and you know, with having my wife having our third boy and getting type 1, going through the struggles of trying to figure out which type I was, and going through work with it. And as you can see, he has his helmet now.
Magneto.
He's happy as he can be. Yeah. He's found his voice, so we wake up to that every morning. So it's pretty nice. But we'll go back. My wife had our third baby in July, the 17th, and took off 3 weeks for FMLA for that, which was great. I got to be able to spend time with them and the other two. Over that 3 weeks being off, I was kind of ignoring some symptoms. My wife was the one who really picked up on a lot of it. She started noticing that I was losing weight, which was fine with me, and that I was using the bathroom a ton and drinking a lot of water. Contributed it to being active and just needing to drink a lot of water, and kind of just swept it under the rug. On August 15th, which is the same day that we went to the ER. Actually, let me go back a week. After my 3 weeks being off, I went back to work for 1 week. My wife at that time had already scheduled an appointment with my primary care, because you know, at that time, you know, I was starting to go. I was kind of accepting the facts. I was like, okay, maybe I should go get this checked out, because I was going to the bathroom a ton, you know, 6 to 8 times, maybe more than that, in the middle of the night. Was drinking everything in the house, whatever I could. I couldn't quench my thirst with whatever it was. So scheduled an appointment, went back to work for 1 week. Still, you know, kind of the same thing. I was having trouble seeing. License plates. I never really had problems with my vision before or anything like that, so I took it easy that week with things like, you know, my appointment's on Monday or Tuesday, I'll just wait until then. So I got my 3 days off. My mother-in-law came in to see our third boy. While we were off, we decided, you know, it's still summertime, it was nice. Wanted to take the boys to a water park, let them enjoy that, because they were getting ready to close that stuff up. So we went to the water park August 15th, which was the same day that I found out I had diabetes. Spent the whole day there, still doing the same stuff, going to the bathroom a ton, drinking a lot of water. And my wife kind of had a little panic moment, because she said she noticed whenever I was walking around that she could really tell that I've lost a lot of weight. And she was getting to become worried, so I told her, I was like, okay, if it makes you feel better, let's go to Walgreens or CVS. I'll buy a meter if that makes you feel better. So they did. We came home, or on our way home, stopped, got a meter, got home, tested my sugar. It said it was high, and at first I just wanted to wave at it, you know, say hello back since it said hi. But so I tested, and he was like, okay, well, I don't know what that means. Let's get the booklet out, look it up, see what it means. In the meantime, I tested it a second time. It said high again. My wife had found in the booklet that said, hey, basically, if it reads high, you need to go to the ER. So that's what we did. Fortunately, and we were blessed to have my mother-in-law there, where she could stay with the boys, and my wife took me to the ER in Arlington, and they done some blood work. They tested it there with their meter. It still said high, and that means it's over 700 according to what the nurses said. They done the blood work and gave me some insulin to bring it down, and they said it was 781 or 782, something like that, and started asking me questions if I was hurting or anything like that, feeling sick. And I wasn't. I was really feeling fine, feeling normal, besides going to the bathroom a ton. That was the most annoying thing and drinking a ton of water. I could not get enough, and those two things were one of the main reasons why I wanted to make an appointment with my primary care. But once I tested my blood sugar before that appointment, got to the ER, they said I'm definitely diabetic. They said they believed I was type 2 based on my age and everything, and gave me metformin, monitored me for a little bit, gave me some bags of fluid, sent me on my way home. Got home, immediately I was still feeling, I get really tired. I guess from being at a high level of a high blood sugar level as I was coming down, because when I left the hospital, I was 305, if I remember right. Making that big drop, I guess, can make you tired from other nurses I've talked to. So I was really tired when I got home. That whole week, while on metformin, I talked to my primary care the next day. They said, let's go ahead and keep you on metformin. Let's do the max dose. I wasn't seeing any results with that at all. My blood sugar, even after being on it for 2 weeks, max dose, I was still up in the 400s. And yes, we don't have a fireplace. That's why that's there. So in Texas, you don't really need it a whole lot. We're just now getting into winter, kind of. But didn't really see any results at all. So made more appointments with my primary care. And he was still treating me as a type 2 and said, let's try Trulicity. Tried Trulicity for another 2 weeks, and that was I was really sick with that. The metformin didn't really bother me a whole lot. The Trulicity, yes, I was really sick. I didn't feel like doing anything. I was miserable the whole time while taking that. This whole time I was dealing with this, trying to figure out what medication's working, why is it not working. My blood sugars are still in the 300s to 400s. I was also, going through the process of getting FMLA stuff approved with work. I had used a lot of my time that I had for when I took baby leave for our third son. So whenever I went into this side of sick leave, I didn't have a lot of time acquired. And I went several weeks without pay during this whole time. A couple paychecks without any pay. So that was a real struggle for us. And at the same time dealing with that, I tried to apply for catastrophic leave, and they said it didn't meet the criteria because it wasn't a life-threatening illness. I'm not going to get into that. Y'all already know. I already know what y'all are going to say. But I couldn't change their mind on it. So after going through that, getting denied for the catastrophic leave, I was still covered through FMLA, which was great because they couldn't really do anything. They couldn't deny me for the leave. I just talked to another primary care doctor, and he gave him everything that was going on, all the symptoms and everything, telling him nothing's working. It's just making me sick. And he looked at my history, my weight, my age, and everything. He said that he did not believe I was type 2, that he believed I was type 1. And that kind of got the ball rolling as far as getting me insulin. That day that he told me that, we came home, and I found out my grandmother, my nanny, had passed away, and she's raised me. And she was type 1, and she had passed away from complications of other health issues, along with complications of having diabetes. So, along with just getting diagnosed correctly, hopefully correctly, that's what I was thinking. And dealing with that. What are you doing, buddy?
I just want to stay here.
Okay, you can sit in here. So after getting diagnosed with that and finally getting some insulin from that doctor who communicated with my primary care, that doctor had a little bit more experience, and based on everything, that's why he finally gave me insulin. Gave me Novolog and Levemir for my long-acting and fast-acting, and everything was great. Everything was way better. Already had seen results, several, a couple days after that. And I was still watching my carbs, doing all that, everything I could, and before even getting on insulin, and just nothing was really working. Then, dealing with my nanny passing away, that was another stress in and of itself, along with everything else I was going through, and then worrying about, also like how am I going to be able to work with this and everything, which is why we wanted to do this channel, that because now, the present day, you can do this. It's manageable. You gotta be able to just take care of yourself, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But we go back to Oklahoma for the funeral and everything. Get back. Had to reschedule my endo appointment because of the funeral and everything that was going on. Finally got to meet my endocrinologist, and he's great, awesome. He's basically, he's real easy to talk to. Anything that I've needed, he's more than willing to listen to me and help me get whatever I need. He definitely believed, based on everything that we had told him, that he even thought, that he believed I was type 1. So he went ahead and done the GAD antibody test and got the results a few days later and confirmed, I was type 1. So immediately after that, he set me up to be on the insulin pump, and ever since then, it's been great since I've been on the insulin pump. I use the Medtronic 670G. I'm in auto mode, and it's been great. My blood sugars I've been like 95% in range most of the time, and I just take care of myself, which is easier said than done some days. Because past couple days before this video, I had a real high sugars, up in the 200s, and stuff. So like, you still have bad days. Just because you have a pump doesn't mean that it prevents those bad days, because you still have them. I finally get back to work after getting my medical release for my doctor and everything, and everything's going good now. As far as work goes, there's no difference. I can see, I can still communicate, still run if I have to. Go code, which is licensed sirens, to emergency calls. I just have to be able to monitor myself a little closer than maybe some other people, and y'all will understand that. With being type 1, even type 2, y'all understand you got to be able to monitor yourself and take care of yourself, especially with what I do, because being a first responder, being an officer, if I can't take care of myself, how am I going to take care of that person that I'm responding to? Because if something happens to me, someone's going to have to come help me, and then that leaves that person I'm going to waiting on someone. So it is manageable. I take little steps. I'm making sure, if I know I'm going to a call, I check my sugar before I go. I use the Dexcom, which is great because I can just look at my watch. If I know it's a hot call, my adrenaline's going, I know I could be going maybe low, but I can eat something on my way to the call to make sure that my blood sugars stay at, keep from going low, because I'd rather them be a little high than go low. And y'all understand, what comes with having low blood sugar. Y'all understand, what comes with having low blood sugar. So for y'all out there, kids, because I've been asked a lot, the ones that find out that I am diabetic, they've asked me, is like, how can you do this with being diabetic and going to calls, doing what you do? And it all comes down to management. Taking care of yourself, watching what you eat helps. Being able to show that you can control it, because it is manageable to some extent. Like I said, you're going to have bad days. You take care of yourself, you can still take care of other people regardless of whatever it is. And that's why we wanted to make this channel, because I've been asked, like I said, so many times by kids in my endo's office that found out I was an officer. They said they wanted to be a fireman. And I told them, I try to convince them, hey, be a police officer instead of a fireman, but, that's just a little joke. But they said that they wanted to be that. I was like, well, you still can. We're no different. And with the technology that we're getting now, and getting closer and closer to having that pump or that artificial pancreas, we will at some point be no different. Besides, we'll have in our chart that says that we're diabetic type 1, and we have this, or we had this procedure, or whatever it is. So for any of the kids out there, or even adults, young adults, hey Hoyt, that want to be a first responder, just take care of yourself, and you can do it. Being able to show that you can manage it is huge. And if y'all have any questions about what I do as a routine, as far as like getting where I put my pump or how I have my setup, just comment below, and I'll answer your questions, and we'll kind of go from there. But I appreciate y'all being here, and if y'all have anything, just let us know. Stay sweet and stay strong.